Shalom. Shalom. This is your brother Kassad out of Great Millstone, Houston, coming to you with a quick hit. Before I get started, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders apostles of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and rule well. I want to give peace, blessings, and salutations to the Akiyam, putting on as the elite. Shalom. And I wanted to do a lesson on a point that was brought out towards the end of camp yesterday, going into how long will you simple ones love simplicity. All right, so the simple ones, this is of the house of Israel. These people out here are fully invested inside a life of just wickedness. Whatever Esau Edom says, who's a self-proclaimed white man out here ruling the world in wickedness and exalting this wickedness out here, this is what they following after, man. Right? They're not going to follow after these scriptures. They're not going to follow after what the Lord has given them to follow after, man. So for that cause, they are appointed to death. They are subjected to death at the end of the day, because all the day long our people are led to a slaughter here. All right, only those who are wise and have the fear of the Lord, and that's the only way you can be wise, are going to be hearkening unto the Lord. All right, doing what thus say the scriptures, what's written inside these scriptures. But I'm gonna jump it off here, and perfectly this will be edifying to the body, man. This is Proverbs 1:22. It says, "How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?" Right. Let's go ahead and jump into this word simplicity and jump into the point. It's a state of being simple, frankness, openness, artlessness, candor, directness. All right, simple. So openness is what I want to go into, man. All right, because these people have a broad spectrum of mind. Their brains are wide open. They're what you called broad thinkers, wide thinkers, and everything. Nah, it's good to be closed-minded. This is what the scriptures commands us to be, and keeping our eyes single. Our eyes are the windows to our spirit, to our soul, and everything. So, the scriptures talks about, man, how if we're keeping our eyes single on this light, then our body will be full with light. But if you're keeping your eyes on darkness and operating in darkness, then the whole body be filled with darkness and everything. But so it's good to have a straight and narrow, perspective on what on how you living, because going after the things of the world is broad way, and it's only going to lead to destruction. All right, so being a broad thinker, man, that's not it. Broad thinkers are out here talking about, well, I don't see nothing wrong with the LMNOP gang and nothing like that. I don't see nothing wrong with the Edomites and everything. That's a broad spectrum, man. These scriptures is giving us, the Lord is giving us strict instruction through these scriptures, all right, to avoid punishment, avoid judgment. Tells us, man, if we love the Lord, man, we're going to hate evil. So, if the love of the Lord is in you, you're going to be speaking the truth. And if the love of the Lord is not in you, man, you're not going to speak the truth the scriptures talks about. But it says, how long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity? Okay? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge, man. This is what you see on the highways and byways in this world, period, in which we living in. People hating the fact that the truth is being shown out here. It's coming out. People hating the fact that there is a way, and it's a hard way. At the end of the day, it's a straight and narrow path way. Okay, but it's going to lead to your salvation and everything, your safety of your household, man. If you listen, as Noah did, operating in faith. All right, this is Proverbs 22:3. It says, "A prudent person foresees danger and takes precautions." Okay, this is what the men of the Lord are doing out here. They foreseeing this evil. Thus say the Lord, the scriptures, what's being prophesied, how the prophecies are being fulfilled and manifesting on earth. Earth is on fire, it's flooding, it's quaking all over and everything. It says, so we foreseeing this danger. That's a pending judgment that's coming to Babylon the Great, which is America. All right, who is ruled by the Edomites, man, the elite, the nobles, as well as what we was going to last night. It says, a prudent person foresees danger and takes precautions. Okay, precautions. The simpleton goes blindly on and suffers the consequences, man. So it's a price for being simple. All right, you're gonna have to suffer these consequences that's coming down the pipe, coming down the road, man. that's on the way. All right? Let's go ahead and jump into this Ecclesiastes. These Ecclesiastes 10. Matter of fact, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and start at 5. It says, Ecclesiastes 10 and 5, it says, there is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceeded from the ruler, man. Hey, this world is set up for traps and snares, and it's also set up for traps and snares for the wicked, because he thinks he's out here getting ready to fill his belly with all these devices and these evil tactics that he's getting ready to take. But man, it's his downfall. The Lord has only lifted his ass up as he did Pharaoh, as it talks about in the book of Romans, man. He lifted him up just so you can see the power of the Lord when he brings them down and frees his people out of bondage, man, which is America once again. This is the land of our captivity. Scripture talks about it in the book of Revelations 11 and 8. You know, how this would be Sodom and Egypt, and how our dead bodies would be out here lying until that spirit would come back into us, man, and quicken us and give us this truth that we need, man, and, you know, and everything. So let's get this. So it says, and 6 says, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low places, man. Let's get this word dignity.
Strong's H 4791. Marom.
Right?
Marom.
So it goes into height, elevation, elevated place. All right, height. So that folly is set as the height, man. It's set as the thing that you need to be doing here in this world, this foolish ass world in which we living in, which is more evidence that it's a childlike individual ruling this world, because all this shit you see is kiddie shit. All right, it's real emotions and feelings type of bullshit. All right, there's no substance, no real enjoyable things out here that you gotta you can enjoy. You know, the Lord gives you things here and there to, you know, put a smile on your face, you know, make you happy, but ultimately this is hell. All right, hell is not a place in the ground that's burning with fire eternity. No, the hell is on earth, man. All right, hell is on earth. Hell is what we are witnessing, which we are enduring, which we are feeling right now. Right? The men of the Lord are feeling hell. And this is why they're hastening that day to be freed up out of the captivity, man. Freed up out of this place in which we living in. So it says, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low places, man. All right, so the rich are the Israelites, and they have us sitting in low places due to these curses that the Lord put on us for not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. All right, we're put inside of this low place, and their job is to keep us inside of this low place by exalting all this folliness, keeping us full of darkness and everything. The scriptures talks about Thessalonians how the God of this world has blinded them, you know, so they won't receive the love of the truth. You know, these are the 2/3 of the house of Israel, the so-called Negro, Hispanic, and the Native American Indian. All right, this devil has a high vibration of wickedness, sorcery, enchantments going out right now to keep Israel in a lower state, because they know that once we turn back to our power, his rulership is over with, man. The nobles know this, all right? And this is why they're set. The rulers have set this world, set this all in motion. But it's ultimately Yahweh that is controlling the hearts of the kings, man. All right? And this is why it's gonna be his downfall, man. All right? So it says, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low places. It says, let's see, the rich. Let's get this precept on the rich, man. This is Matthew 3 and 4. It says, blessed are the poor in the spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. All right, blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted, man. All right, we've been broken into that contrite spirit. We're lowly in a low condition right now, man. You know, this is how we are living our lives, man, in a low condition. Let's grab this in the definition of in a low place. All right. And it's Ecclesiastes
82:16. Shephel.
Right?
Shephel.
Shephel, which means lowliness, low estate or condition. So we in that low estate or condition, and that brings us to that poor spirit, right? Because truly oppression makes a wise man mad, right? If you should be oppressed, you should be feeling some type of anguish while you out here, right? So it says, blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted, man. And only with these scriptures, with the testimony of Yahweh Shai is what's gonna comfort us, man. All right, he sent us the Holy Spirit that's bringing us back into remembrance, letting us know that we are the conquerors at the end of the day. We can do all things through Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, who strengthens us. We can, if we endure this thing, we're going to be saved. We got to continue on this fucking roller coaster ride until the Lord comes back and gets us up out of here, man. All right, this is James 2:5. It says, "Hearken, my beloved brethren, have not Yahweh chosen the poor of this world, which rich in faith and heirs of the kingdom, which he had promised to them that love him," man. Okay? Promise to them that love him. So if you love the Lord, you're going to be keeping the law, statutes, commandments, these instructions to the best of your ability, right? This is what's going to get you on them chariots. You're going to be selfless. You're not thinking about yourself, thinking about others is what's important in this thing, man. It goes into, been reading a lot, going into suffering wrongfully, man, how that pleases the Lord, especially for righteous sake. Suffering wrongfully for righteousness' sake, man, is what this is all about. You're suffering for righteousness' sake, for Yahweh Shai's sake. And that's following in the path of Yahweh Shai. That's how we set up to be living right now, man. Right? We're dead to this world and we're alive to Yahweh Shai. That's what the scripture says. It said, "Let this mind be in you that's in me." All right? And continuing on in this in James 2:5, jump to 6, it says, "But ye have despised the poor. Do not rich man oppress you." Right? And our people love the rich man that is constantly oppressing them. Right? When the scriptures clearly tells us, love not oppression. And these other camps telling them to just continue on in this life and in Babylon. There's no continuing city in Babylon. Right? That's beautiful. That brother just posted a video, man. The love of many waxing cold, man. That's right on point. 144, call on love. Yahweh Shema Shai. All right? Go subscribe to that brother's channel, man. A lot of edifying lessons. But, man, this is not a continuing city. It says, "But you have despised the poor, do not rich man oppress you, and draw you before the judgment seat," man. We always being brought in front of unrighteous rulers and judges and getting unrighteous judgments. All right? It's nothing but unrighteous judgments going out on the face of this earth towards everybody, man. The animals, the planet, the people. This is why the whole earth is moaning and complaining, crying out right now, wanting the sons of man, the righteous judges, to be back into rulership, man. So it says, "But ye have despised the poor. Do not rich man oppress you and draw you before the judgment seats. Do not they blaspheme that worthy name by the which ye are called, if you fulfill the royal law according to the scriptures." Okay, we are called the Israelites, Yasharallah, he princes of the power. And they're blaspheming that holy name. How? One is by saying they are the people. Okay? By saying these are the people of the scriptures and everything, when they do everything contrary to the scriptures, right? And how they are confederate against us in the 8th chapter, because all these, in Psalms 83, how it talks about all these heathen nations are confederate against us, man. So the name of Israel will be no more. All right? So it says, "But ye have despised the poor, do not rich man oppress you, and draw you before the judgment seats. Do not they blaspheme that worthy name by the which ye are called. If ye fulfill the royal law according to the scriptures, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. You do well, man. Being selfless is what this is about, man. All right? Being selfless. Let's jump back into this over here in Ecclesiastes. Has some more on it. And in 7, it says, "I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth." Okay? And those servants that are walking, are Esau Edom, are the Edomites, the self-proclaimed whites, or it's like it says, "I have seen servants upon horses." The servants that are upon the horses are the Edomites, are the rulers, man. They're not in their rightful position. Their rightful position is being a servant. And the princes are walking. The princes are the princes of the power, Yasharallah. The Israelites out here, walking as servants upon earth. It says, "He that diggeth a pit shall fall into it, and whoso breaketh the hedge, a serpent shall bite him," man. And so, man, this is what's going to happen to Esau Edom. He's going to be bitten all of a sudden. Okay? This is what this story is leading up to. It's the burden of Babylon. Okay? He has to carry this is his crime. This is his crime, and this is his situation that's going to be put upon him for all the death and destruction that he's ruled with. you know? So he's going to have to pay that, his judgment for his crime at the end of the day, right? Let's keep this going. I'm going to jump to Matthew 7:13. It says, enter ye in at the straight gate. Okay, speaking to these Israelites, man. It's time to enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many be which go into therein, man. So that broad way of thinking, you know, broad thinking, you know, wide mind, you know, open-mindedness is what they call it, man. That's only going to lead you into destruction, and many there be which go in therein, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it, man. Few. Many are called, few are chosen. The scriptures talks about, you know. This is a fight. It's a battle, man. It's an inward fight, outward fight. It's only for warriors. You know, as I'm coming into this thing and learning and seeing and looking around, being circumspect, you know, inside and out, man, it's a constant battle. You got to continue to keep flesh in subjection. You got to continue to take the lower road, you know. Think not yourself more highly than you ought to. You know, this is a thing of humility, man. This is how we doing it, following after Yahweh Shai. He came in the form of a servant, the scriptures talks about, man. And we said, who are we? You know, the servant is not greater than the master, man. As he lived his life, man, we should be living our lives accordingly, walking after it the best way as we can, man. All right, not walking after Esau Edom ways, man. It's only going to lead to death and destruction. This is Jeremiah 4:22. It says, for my people, right, the Israelites, is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good it says, have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, man, they have no knowledge, man. And wisdom cries without, man, as we started off with. You know, we out here uttering our voice in the chief places of chief concourse. That's the place of heavy traffic, you know, on the highways and byways, you know, and they're not listening. They have not hearkened to words of the Lord. They have not heard what the Lord was saying, man. We have piped unto them. They have not danced, man. You know, scriptures talked about. And so, man, nothing but death and destruction is coming unto them, man. All right? Death and destruction is coming to all those who cast these words of life behind them, man. Casting these words of life behind you is only going to lead you to death. All right? This is 2 Peter 3:3, because we are in those days that it's very important, imperative that, man, you getting right. Cleansing yourself with this word, man, and understanding these prophecies, understanding the time, the signs of the times in which we in, man, so that day that the Lord returns, man, won't happen as a thief in the night. You'll be waiting. You'll be ready, man. This is 2 Peter 3:3. It says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts. And, you know, brothers are witnessing that. It's really becoming, it's more and more in these days, because these demons are being outed. You know, they know their judgment. It says, knowing this first is that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lusts. Okay, all this folly, all this bullshit, this vanity, worthlessness, you know, stuff out here, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. Okay, so all of these individuals out here are settled in their leads. They settled out here, comfortable, and trying to get more comfortable. So when that day of the hour of temptation come, they sign me up. That's what they saying and everything. Yeah, man, let's go. Got to go down there. Got to get them groceries and everything, man. You know, shit, what changed? We got to keep on living, right? Now that's having no faith at all. That's not believing upon these scriptures and what it says, man. You know, we want to see judgment. Is what we should be leaning toward. We want to see judgment on these people that's been ruling us in wickedness. You know, those who've been raping and murdering us. You know, have us living in all these oppressive ways, all the way up to now. The 1960s and 50s wasn't too long ago, man. You know, that was only a couple years ago. If you really want to look at the timeline, man, they have not paid for any of those crimes against humanity or anything. So. But these people in here, man, they comfortable at the end of the day. That's why the scripture says, rise up and depart. This is not your rest. It will destroy you with sore strokes, as the scriptures talks about. And you're seeing the people constantly getting, destroyed. Them sore strokes. These people, talking about where's the promise of his coming. Man, this is the thing about patience and enduring. He who endures to the end will be saved. You got to fight the good fight. Know that you fighting a good fight, man, so that you can glory in the coming of the Lord, not just be shamefaced and looking, don't get humbled in. We telling you now, before times, that, hey, get your ass ready, because it's either death and destruction. All right, because when this place is being destroyed, the ones who've been putting on as the elect are going to be delivered. Right? This is 2 Chronicles 36 and 16. It says, but they mocked the messengers of Yahweh and despised his words and misused his prophets until the wrath of the Lord arose against his people till there was no remedy. Okay, the wrath of the Lord is coming, and there's going to be no remedy. Nobody's going to save you. Okay, you are set for the sword. You are set for the famine. You are set for destruction. You are set for horrible deaths, man, to be eaten alive by wild packs of dogs, man. Animals and everything. And that's not something that feels. If you ever been bit by a dog once, being eaten alive is not something you want to sign up for. But this is what you're signing up for, but not listening and hearkening to these words, man. It's no remedy. Nothing can save you. That dog, you might have a gun and shoot that dog. That dog got a demon on it. So it's ravishing. It's ravishing like a zombie, killing your ass. Let's get this last precept, man, and we out of here. This is Galatians 6 and 7. All right, I'm gonna jump this at. I'm gonna start at Galatians 6 and 4 and read down. It says, for let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone and not in another. Okay? Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Right? It says, for every man shall bear his own burden. Right? Esau Edom has a burden to bear. Every righteous man has a burden to bear. We all got burdens to bear. Yahweh says, take up your cross and follow me. Okay? It says, let him that is taught in the word communicate unto him that teaches in all good things. All right? Taught in his word. Going to the teachers and everything, getting better, more understanding. All right, this is the thing about humility. You can't just be like, a couple of scriptures and you good. Nah, you gotta learn how to operate in these scriptures you're learning. You gotta learn how to operate in these things that are being added unto you. This wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So you can utilize it, right? It says, let him that is taught in the word communicate unto him that teacheth in all good things. Okay? It says that's that counsel, that holy counsel as well. It says, be not deceived, Yahweh is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So if you out here sowing in nothing but the fleshly carnal things, all this folly, Esau Edom ways and everything, man, there's nothing but death and destruction coming for you. It says, for he that soweth in the flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, man. This flesh is dying daily, okay? But he that soweth in the spirit shall of the spirit reap life everlasting, man. That's why we putting off the flesh, not living by the flesh. Living by the flesh or carnality is death. So we living by the spirit, man, which is life. All right? And the scripture says, living by the spirit, man, you're going to reap life everlasting. It says, and let us not be weary in well-doing, always striving for perfection, always doing what you got to do, to the best of your ability and what the Lord has given you to do it with. That's how he set us up. Some got more than others, some don't have much at all. But the Lord has put us together so that the strong can help with the load of the weak, can be there for the weak. That's the body. Everybody has a position to play. You got to be playing your position, man. That's how the Lord set it up. Or you're not doing what the Lord said. The Lord is giving you talents and gifts, and if you hiding that talents and gifts that the Lord is giving you up under a rock, man, hey, he's gonna give everything you got to that person that's utilizing what he has. Okay? So it says, and let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not, man. So continue, man. The scriptures talks about woe to him who is faint hearted, or woe to him who has lost patience. You know, what would he do when the Son of Man returns, when Yahweh Shai returns? You know, paraphrasing, it says, let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not, man. Continuing this thing to the end, you know. Exhortation, continuing in this thing, you know, putting off the ways of the world as Noah did, condemning the world as it talks about, right? It says, as we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them who are of the household of faith, man. So, you know, this is a thing about laboring as well, you know, being selfless as well, you know, and this is the thing is about condemning this world, man. We in this world, but we're not of this world, right? We're not being conformed to this world. We're being conformed to these scriptures and everything, right? So perfectly, that was edifying to the body. We want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakabadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops, the great millstone, who taught us this truth and rule well. Peace, blessings, salutations to the Akion, put on as the elite. Shalom.